Hello, and welcome back. Today we are looking at Discover Your Primary Behavior Domain, another principle of the self-awareness behavior domain. I'm going to say this again for you. As you make the journey to self-awareness, one of the most important things to remember is that you are the perfect you, right now, right here, in this moment. Your job, your family, your community, your life is exactly as it should be right now for you to be the perfect you right here in this moment. And again, as you hone your skill of positive presence and practice every day the conscious thought processes to create and adjust to a positive and energized mindset from which you can apply the behavior principles of influential leadership, you will ultimately enhance your behavior capacity for performance excellence in your life, at work, and at home. This enhanced behavior capacity allows you to rise above the emotional aspect of any situation so that you can make the most effective choice that will produce the optimal outcome toward your goals and your dreams. The hallmark of self-awareness is a willingness and desire for self-reflection and contemplation of one's behavioral effect on other people. Famous thinkers from the beginning of time have known that when we change what we think, we change what we believe. And when we change what we believe, we change our habits and behavior. Surprisingly, you will remember scientific research has also shown the converse to be true as well. This converse process is now being called positive deviance, and it is the practice of choosing to change your behavior before understanding why the change of behavior works in producing a higher level of performance and outcomes. Regardless of how you do it, self-awareness lies at the heart of your success, both professionally and personally. Finding a way to discover and then forget ineffective habits is at the heart of the change process that drives performance excellence. You have heard this before, and it is worth repeating. Your behavior deficiencies may not be obvious to you, but they are very obvious to the people who work with you and for you. John Maynard Keynes, a British philosopher and economist whose ideas fundamentally changed the theory and practice of macroeconomics and the economic policies of governments, said, "The hardest thing is not to get people to accept new ideas. It's to get them to forget the old ones." As Keynes' words resonate in your mind, you must realize that you cannot replace old beliefs, thoughts, and habits with new ones until you recognize the old habits and come to the conviction that you do need to change. Awareness of your primary behavior domain is essential to recognizing the need to adapt your style to situations that require you to be flexible to maintain the most effective level of communication, cooperation, and teamwork. One style is not effective to every situation. While your style may be most effective 25% of the time, it will be inadequate in 75% of the situations that require a combination of behavior styles to optimize positive outcomes. A keen awareness and focus within yourself in conjunction with those around you is needed. This keen awareness and focus comes with practice. So now, before we continue with discovering your primary behavior domain, I invite you to take a few minutes to set in your mind the achievement of awareness and focus as we listen to the Mini-Med for super focus. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath.
Welcome to the Mini-Med for super focus. For these couple of minutes, I invite you to sit comfortably. And as you let your body settle in, let yourself feel your shoulders just relaxing. Let yourself feel your thoughts releasing and relaxation encompassing your entire body and mind. As you settle into the feeling of relaxation, allow an image of a goal or something you'd love to manifest come into your mind. It can be something simple that you can accomplish today, or something you're looking to accomplish in years to come. Let your mind hone in on the detail of what it is you'd like to create. As your mind hones in, let yourself feel that you're getting completely encompassed in what it is you want to create. You have the power and the knowledge within you to reach and exceed this goal. What would it feel like to accomplish this goal and get it done? What would that feeling feel like in your body? What would it feel like in your mind to have accomplished this goal? Feel the energy, the wanting, the inspiration from within to devote all of your focus into manifesting this goal. You may feel your energy increasing. You may feel your creativity slowly increasing, or even becoming very clear on what you want to create. Notice any inspired ideas or intuitive thoughts that come to you in this state. Notice yourself feeling relaxed yet energized, inspired deeply from within, and incredibly focused and motivated to achieve your goal. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that this energy and these thoughts are grounded and present in solution and love, moving you forward. Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? Across from you? What sounds do you hear?
The most successful individuals are generally those who are the best informed about their own strengths and weaknesses. While such knowledge is a cornerstone for growth and development, it also represents powerful information for leaders who are interested in maximizing the performance of their employees. Decades of validation and reliability studies have proven that DISC profiling is the most widely used profiling tool of its kind for understanding unique ways that the 4 DISC traits work together to influence behavior, temperament, personality, and communication. Assessments of this type are used around the world and are blind to gender, race, and age. And most importantly, they can provide an impartial, constructive language to discuss the ways that people think, act, and interact. The acronym DISC is taken from the first letter of each of the behavioral traits labeled in the original 4-quadrant model: dominant, influential, steady, and conscientious. According to the DISC 4-quadrant model theory, every individual has at least one primary dimension or quadrant, and most behavior is a result of a combination of that dimension in combination with one or more of the other dimensions. Every person contains some of all 4 elements, and for most people, 1 or 2 factors express themselves more strongly. Those factors significantly shape how you perceive and process information, invest time, manage your emotions, communicate, and relate to other people. Keep in mind that a high rating is not positive and a low rating is not negative. Whether high or low, all 4 factors work together to shape your particular behavior style. What's more, your behavior style is also influenced by other factors such as your life experiences, education, and maturity. At the Center for Influential Leadership, we use the assessment that is in a suite of tools supported by the American company Profiles International. One of the greatest values of the Profiles Performance Indicator assessment is that there are no labels. Instead, the 4 quadrants or dimension types are referred to as Scale 1, Scale 2, Scale 3, and Scale 4, which I find preferable because all DISC styles, dimensions, and priorities are equally valuable, and every organization, every team or group needs a balance of the differing styles. The top half of the chart indicates that Scale 1 and 2 tend to be more assertive. They are also faster in their approach. Their approach is also to challenge and change the environment. The bottom half of the chart indicates that Scales 3 and 4 tend to be more responsive. Their tendency is to accept and work within the current environment. The left half of the quadrant reveals that the Scales 1 and 4 are task-oriented. They tend to be independent, and they like to focus on facts. The right half reveals that Scales 2 and 3 are people-oriented, and they tend to be interactive and like to use intuition. Behavior profiling not only increases your self-knowledge, such as how you respond to conflict, what motivates you and what causes you stress, and how you solve problems. It is non-judgmental, and it helps people discuss their behavioral differences by providing a common language that people can use to better understand themselves and to adapt their behaviors with others. DISC profiling is used to better understand why you communicate the way you do and how you can communicate with others more effectively. Furthermore, there are things about your style that you are likely completely blind to, but that are extremely obvious to coworkers and or to your family. And some of those things make them absolutely crazy. Understanding how to be aware of blind spots and how to adjust to improve work performance, productivity, teamwork, and communication will give you the leverage you need to be more meaningful, successful, and rewarding in relationships and overall success. Behavior profiling identifies patterns of behavior and can be used to implement solutions for maximizing your strengths and minimizing your weaknesses. Gaining a better understanding of yourself is the first step to becoming more effective when working with others. But learning about the styles of other people you work with or live with can help you understand their priorities and how they differ from your own, and will improve workplace culture by building more effective relationships and interpersonal skills. Primary applications of the DISC profiling include strengthening interpersonal communication skills, building leadership abilities, diffusing interpersonal conflict, choosing attainable goals, boosting performance and productivity, increasing motivation, building stronger and more productive teams, cultivating productive work or study habits, strengthening interdepartmental communication and collaboration. Making smart hiring decisions, facilitating better teamwork and developing stronger sales skills, improving customer service and helping with change and conflict management, understanding what you need to do to be more successful, and understanding how to lead, motivate, and inspire your team, your colleagues, and your boss. And finally, creating a competitive advantage in every personal interaction. There are plenty of free DISC assessments online that you can try out. However, please keep in mind that there are no right or wrong answers in the assessment questions. You can't pass or fail. It's not a test. It's just a quiz to help you learn. In fact, you can change your answers later if you want to. Simply make your selection according to how you see yourself. This is not about answering based on what you hope to become one day in the future. Neither is it about answering based on how you hope others might see you. It is simply about how you see yourself. Your first inclination is probably your best response and the one you should choose in the questionnaire. As we move through the remainder of the slides, I would ask you to create 4 columns on a sheet of paper, 1 column for each behavior style. Whenever you see something that is you, put a tick mark under the appropriate style number. We will go through them in order. It's even possible for you to have an equal number of ticks under each style. That's okay too. There's no right or wrong. At the end of today's presentation, this will give you a general idea of how you see yourself. Then go online and do one of the free assessments. You may be surprised by the results. The following slides are specific to the 4 behavior styles and are courtesy of Profiles International, Inc. Scale 1 are sometimes called drivers. They're decisive and direct and like to control the work environment. They work best with minimal supervision, and they take a challenge easily. They're comfortable with change, better with the big picture than with details, a self-starter, competitive, and results-oriented. Scale 1s may also come across as impersonal or controlling. They enjoy conflict, demanding, maybe even secretive and tough-minded. They set vision. They're factual people. They're organized, opinionated, and confrontational, and openly competitive. Scale 1s like to talk about results, and they're very to the point. They are focused, they like being focused, they're solution-oriented, and they like being specific and looking at the bottom line. They like being on time and being prepared. They commend drive. They provide options. They will give you direct eye contact, and they stress deadlines. When dealing with Scale 1, you must be direct and to the point. You must focus on results and objectives. Be brief, be bright, and be gone. What Scale 1s don't like is talking about the abstract. They don't like excuses or wasting time. They don't want to dwell on long term. They don't like lengthy exits or rambling. They don't like lack of activity or too much humor and small talk. They really don't like being unprofessional and being non-committal or touchy-feely. When dealing with Scale 1s, don't hesitate or waffle. Don't focus on feelings and don't try to take over. To communicate successfully with Scale 1s, be brief, be bright, and be gone. Stick to business. Be prepared. Know your requirements and the objectives of the task. Present facts clearly and logically. Be courteous, not chummy, and don't be bossy. Ask specific questions. Don't fish for answers. Disagree with the facts, not the person. And if you agree, support the results and the person. When Scale 1s are communicating, they give lots of facts. They like to make decisions quickly and move on to other things. They use a fact-based, bottom-line oriented approach, and they reinforce the notion that they are in control of the situation. To summarize a Scale 1, which is also called drivers, their goal is accomplishment. They love to achieve goals. They hate to listen to others. Their phrase is now, and their backup behavior is to micromanage. When dealing with Scale 1, do be direct and to the point. Focus on results and objectives, and be brief, be bright, and be gone. Do not hesitate or waffle, focus on feelings, or try to take over. Scale 2s are also called expressive or influencers. They're generally optimistic and enthusiastic. They're a good promoter and motivator. They enjoy freedom of movement and are very extroverted. They are people-oriented, good at persuading others, and very outgoing. Scale 2s are stimulating. They're personal. They enjoy the spotlight. They're outgoing and unstructured and impulsive. They can be easily bored, but they are motivating and enthusiastic. They're informal, intuitive, and excitable. To communicate successfully with Scale 2s, you must meet their social needs while talking shop. Entertain. You must stimulate and be lively. Talk about their goals as well as the team's goals. You must be open. Strong and silent does not cut it with these people. And you must show honest respect and not talk down to them. You must take time. Scale 2s are most efficient when not hurried. You must ask for their opinions and ideas. Look at the big picture. Don't give too many details. Offer special deals and support your point by referencing people they respect. To summarize the Scale 2, their motivation is applause. They love to be spontaneous, and they hate to deal with details. Their phrase is big picture, and their backup behavior is attack. When you're dealing with scale 2s, do be friendly and sociable. Be entertaining and stimulating, and be open and flexible. Don't bore them with details. Don't tie them down with routine, and don't ask them to work alone. Scale 3s are also called amiable or steady. These people are dependable. They're stable and predictable in their work environment. They're friendly and usually work to get along with their coworkers. They may need time to adjust to change, but they're a steady team worker. The behavioral style of Scale 3 is warm and careful. They are great listeners, and they are loyal and agreeable, and they tend to be quiet. A Scale 3 will avoid conflict. They like to conform and cooperate, and they are supportive and friendly, but they do have a tendency to stray into tangents. To communicate successfully with a Scale 3, you must ask how questions to draw their opinions. Define what you want them to do to contribute to the task. Assure and guarantee that decision at hand will no way harm or threaten others, and make no assurances you can't back up. In communication with a Scale 3, they will probably take a strong interest in you personally. They want to trust someone. They will foster a sense of trust in you as an individual and trust in whatever you want to talk about. They will take plenty of time to build an agreeable relationship, and they don't push for quick decisions. If trust is broken, however, they may stab you in the back. To summarize Scale 3, their motivation is acceptance. They love to be part of a team, and they hate to experience change. Their phrase is harmony, and their backup behavior, if pushed into a corner, is they will backstab. When dealing with Scale 3, do be patient and supportive. Slow down and work at their pace. Ask their opinion and give them time to answer. Don't take advantage of their good nature, and don't push them to make quick decisions or spring last-minute surprises on them. Scale 4s are also called analytical or conscientious. These are individuals who appreciate working with details and working where critical thinking is needed. A conscientious person with a well-developed idea of right and wrong. An analytical or Scale 4 will maintain high standards and tend to be very organized. Characteristics of a Scale 4's behavior style will be things like they will be cool. They will ask specific questions and rely on data. They're organized, conservative, and you may find them very distant. Style 4s are logical. They have a very slow work pace and are very time disciplined. They're formal, cautious, structured, and very task-oriented. To successfully communicate with a Scale 4, prepare your case in advance. Take your time, but be persistent. Support your principles. Show you value their thoughtful approach. Cover all the bases. Don't leave things to chance or hope something good happens. And drop a scheduled approach for any action plan. Scale 4s will need you to be specific on roles and responsibilities. They will need you to be clear. Disorganization or sloppiness in a presentation is a definite turnoff for them. Avoid emotional arguments. You don't need any prep rallies either with these people. Follow through. The worst thing you can do is break your word. They will never forget. To summarize the Scale 4, their motivation is accuracy. They love to constantly think, and they hate to be rushed. Their phrase is logical. Their backup behavior, if pushed into a corner, is to avoid. When dealing with Style 4, do be well prepared and thorough. Put things in writing and let them consider all the details. Don't get too close or hug them. Don't be flippant on important issues, and don't change their routine without notice. This ends the slides specific to each scale. During table time, you can tally up the ticks that you have in each column and that will give you a first glimpse of discovering your primary behavior domain. Or perhaps you can see the majority without even counting. This slide is a summary of the profile behavior expectations for communication, and I've duplicated this slide on page 14 of your manual for you. This slide is a high-level summary of profile characteristics by scale, and this has been duplicated on page 15 in your manual. Research in the neurosciences has shown there is a continuous looping and relooping of energy, both positive and negative, between a person's two dominant human energy fields, the heart and the brain. It is this looping and relooping of energy that makes each of us a unique individual. There is also evidence of a correlation between positive energy, when we're having positive thoughts and feelings, and our ability to connect and work together. Also, just as we ourselves are a looping and relooping of energy, as we come together with others within an organization, or anywhere else for that matter, our individual energies combine and create a unique synergy of its own. Synergy is the combination of each individual's unique energy. Understanding ourselves and others is essential to ensuring that the individual energy stays positive. How we choose to act and respond to each other is critical to the creation of organizational synergy. First, it is important that we understand our own behavior preferences and how they affect others. Then, it is important to identify what other behavior preferences exist in the environment around us. The goal is to identify one's own personal behavior changes that will be necessary to bring out the best in those around us. We are all different, but we are all the same. We all have similar emotional and physical needs, but we all possess individual differences in basic temperament. Personality profiling has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. More recently, because attempts have been made to understand personality as related to the inner workings of the brain, we can now map and read the brain through advanced brain imaging technology, and the field is expanding every day. There is value to understanding that there are different types of people in the world. At a more physical level, every person has specific behavior tendencies, and although no two people are alike, these tendencies can be grouped and analyzed within 4 separate quadrants for behavior profiling. When we understand our own behavior patterns or tendencies and what they actually look like, then we can acquire some insight into what impact others will have on us, on our own feelings, thoughts, and behavior. We will also become more tolerant of others by understanding that not everyone is just like us, nor will everyone like or dislike exactly the same things. When we understand who we are and the impact other behavior types have on us, only then will we be able to understand the impact that our behavior has on others, and then learn to adjust our behavior habits to bring the best out in all those around us. The more we understand our own and other people's behavior, the more capable we are to use our skill of positive presence to create a positive outlook. Now, before we go to our final table time for today, we are going to take time for a personal check-in. This means that it's time to be mindful, a time to pause and ask yourself questions. So please, close your eyes. Take a deep, deep breath and repeat with me, either silently or aloud. What sort of feelings have I had since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have my thought patterns been like since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have my behavior patterns been like since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And open your eyes. You will remember that a personal check-in is also a good opportunity for you to do a physical body scan. So, either sitting or you can stand and make a conscious effort to bring your body to a state of relaxed anticipation. Beginning at the top of your head, as you slowly breathe in and then out, I want you to first consciously acknowledge the top of your head, your scalp, and then focus on relaxing your scalp. Next, consciously acknowledge your face, and then focus on relaxing your face. Now, your arms and your hands. Gently shake them out. Now your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Wiggle your toes and stretch it out and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you are standing, please take a seat. And again, please close your eyes. This time, I would ask you to repeat after me, either silently or aloud. Please allow my mind to be open and accepting of all information coming to me, that I may think upon it in the days to come. Now open your eyes. Unconscious negative mind chatter is something we all have. In the 1960s, the cognitive model was expounded on as the way that individuals perceive a situation is more closely connected to their reaction than the situation itself. The challenge is, therefore, to change your perception by changing your thinking, by changing your beliefs. For the most part, it is your beliefs, your deep down, mostly unconscious beliefs, that will create negative feelings. Whether you know it or not, your mind keeps a running account of what's happening to you, what it means, and what you should do. Your mind is constantly monitoring and interpreting. Your mind is constantly judging. And sometimes this judging is negative and it is personal. When this happens, you create blocks that can only be swept away by self-awareness. And these blocks can be swept away with an awareness that the universe is always perfectly aligned to bring you everything your heart desires and everything that is founded in goodness and in love. Changing your thoughts and your beliefs takes practice and quiet time. And you have that time right here, right now, as I guide you through a very simple mini-med, which I've adapted from my friend Dina Proctor's 3x3 at www.dinaproctor.com. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath.
Welcome to the mini-med for releasing brain blocks to success. For these next couple of minutes, I invite you to sit comfortably, and as you let your body settle in, let yourself feel your shoulders just relaxing. Let yourself feel your thoughts releasing and allowing your body and your mind to completely relax in this moment. Allow your mind to gently come to focus on the life area you're looking to have a breakthrough in. Though you may have had obstacles in your path, recognize that from your perspective in this moment in time, from the broadest of perspectives, all really is well, and anything is possible. Allow yourself to remember that the reason this transformation is so important to you is because of the impact that it will have, not only on your own life, but on the lives of the people that your life touches. This goal is bigger than you are, and the path to realizing this goal is more profound and spectacular than you can even recognize in this moment in time. Anything is possible, and the intelligence of the universe knows exactly the best way to its manifestation. Allow yourself to realize that what you may see as a block right now may be the perfect avenue for you to have your breakthrough. Relax and realize that any obstacles are really, at their heart, opportunities for even deeper realizations and possibilities. Allow yourself to physically feel the resistance to these obstacles melting out of you right now. If this is your path, there must be the perfect way to have a breakthrough in it. Inherently built into any problem is the realization of its solution. Allow yourself to breathe in deeply and rest comfortably, knowing that as you need to know the next step on your path to breakthrough, you will be given that intuitive knowledge and not a moment before. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that the timing is always right, always grounded in solution and love, and the timing of the universe is always, always perfect.
Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? What sounds do you hear? We are now going to take time for reflection. This reflection time is referred to as table time because this exercise is created to be shared with a discussion group of your peers. Feel free to gather around a table with your colleagues or head over to Corporate Harmony's virtual discussion group. This is also a time to stay focused on task. Be present in the moment, right here. You will see notes pages at the end of the manual section for personal use in gathering insights and questions as you move through the material. So take time to put pen to paper. There are never any wrong or bad answers. Seeing your words on paper allows your brain to open up to even greater possibilities. Putting your thoughts and feelings to words on paper opens your mind to your inner wisdom and greatness. Enjoy this time and share your insights with the discussion group. You will find this slide on page 23 of Chapter 4 in your manual. Next session, we will begin the second domain, the relational domain of influential leadership, the behavior domain of collaboration. Change your thinking, change your performance. And you'll learn even more secrets about the power that lies latent within you and all those around you, and how you can harness that power to live each day in joy, peace, and harmony within yourself and with the people around you. So, until then, live each moment of each day with harmony and purpose, and allow your grandest dreams to come true.